Hey there, retro video game fans, and welcome back to Georg Mack Plays the Classics. I've finally wrapped up 1988, and I'm looking forward to looking back on the year. 65 games were released on the NES in America in 1988. I played 61 of them, as there were 2 Power Pad games, world-class track meet and super team games, and 2 re-release compilations with Donkey Kong Classics and Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. The average grade in 1988 for the NES was 1.9, which is a C. The Sega Master System, on the other hand, only released 29 titles in America. I was able to play and grade them all, despite a number of them being 3D games and perhaps suffering because of it. The average grade for the Master System was also 1.9. Average grades are up on both systems compared to 1987, showing growth. Let's see how the top games of the year compare. Starting in for the Sega Master System, tied in 5th place is Phantasy Star, which earned a B- with a 2.7 grade. Our first foray into the Algol solar system is a good foundation, but it has a long way to go. The game is too grind-heavy, very opaque in what to do next most of the time, and mostly unfair with hit percentage and damage done in battles. That, plus pits and dungeons. On the plus side, there is mapping fun to be had on graph paper. Tied number 5 on Sega Master System is Shinobi, also earning a B- with a 2.7 grade. Sega has always been good at side-scrolling action games. Shinobi is a good example of what they do best. The controls are tight, the music and graphics do their job. It's a good time all around, and I definitely recommend giving it a shot. Coming in at number 5 on the NES is Metal Gear, which earned a B with a 3.0 grade. Konami needed the Ultra Games label, and I believe the games released under this label were typically better received. I guess we'll find out as we go along. The first Metal Gear has a couple spots where there's no way a player would be able to get past them legitimately. There's a lot of potential. It's just too bad the US didn't get Metal Gear 2. Coming in at number 4 on the Sega Master System is R-Type, which earned a B with a 2.8 grade. If you like side-scrolling shoot-em-ups, you'll have a good time with R-Type. If only the home systems were more powerful, this would have been an even better game. As it is, it's still one of the best in 1988. The pacing is great, it's just plain fun. Coming in at number 4 on the NES is Super Mario Bros. 2, which earns a B with a 3.1 grade. The follow-up to the classic may not have been created as the Super Mario game originally, but guess what? It scores better than the original. Super Mario Bros. May have been the best game of 1985, but Super Mario Bros. 2 doesn't disappoint. Of the 3 big NES sequels in 1988, this is the best one. Coming in at number 3 on the Sega Master System is Aztec Adventure, earning a B with a 2.9 grade. The top 3 Master System games were all titles I'd never heard about. Aztec Adventure surprised by doing everything well. Graphics looked good, gameplay was solid, and I had a good time playing. I'd stick around for more if I had more time. Coming in at number 3 on the NES is Bionic Commando, which earned a B+ with a 3.2 grade. Capcom is back in the top 5 with the release of Bionic Commando. We've got a story that plays out over the course of the game. We've got an interesting gameplay hook with the bionic arm. We've got a title that doesn't stick around longer than it should. All in all, a great release on the NES library. Coming in at number 2 on the Sega Master System is Golvellius, Valley of Doom, which earned a B+ with a 3.2 grade. Compile became a top developer for the Master System based on their 1988 releases. Golvellius blew me away. I considered it a response to the original Zelda and its style of play and search for hidden baubles. It took several sessions to beat, but I had fun the entire time. Coming in at number 2 on the NES is Blaster Master, which earned a B+ with a 3.4 grade. Sunsoft released some crap in 1988, but then they also put out Blaster Master. What a great game. The graphics are good, the sound is exceptional, it's a real good time, And if you haven't played it, you had better. Coming in at number 1 on the Sega Master System is Kenseiden, which earned a B+ and earned a 3.4 grade. Out of nowhere, Sega released Kenseiden. Remember what I said about Shinobi? Kenseiden is even better. What put it over the edge was the extremely tight gameplay progression. You learn new techniques at a smart pace. The whole thing is a great time. But coming in at number 1 on the NES is Contra, which earned an A- with a 3.7 grade. Konami put out Contra early in the year, and it set a bar that couldn't be beat. It's a well-loved classic for a reason, and that reason is because it's an amazing game. The graphics and sound are just south of top-notch. Gameplay and difficulty are just right, and it's fun. Contra wins Game of the Year and deserves the recognition. 1988 was a great year for video games, but I can't wait to jump into 1989. 1989 nearly doubles the number of releases of 1988. Heck, I've done 215 games up until this point, and 1989 has 168 before any compilations or unplayable releases. Hopefully I'll be done by the end of 2023. Either way, it's going to be an interesting time. Well, that's going to do it for me for today. Please make sure to like this video. Let me know what you think the best of 1988 was. And please subscribe to Head Drop Productions here on YouTube, because we want you here for each and every video we release, because it is your destiny.